According to In Touch Weekly, apparently King Charles isn't sure Prince William is fit to be king. Can you believe that? This is In Touch Weekly. So meet me after the jump. Take a moment to hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks. According to In Touch Weekly, King Charles is obviously battling cancer, and they have been given an exclusive. Someone, I guess, in the palace has been, giving little exclusives to various papers, and they have disclosed that King Charles has pancreatic cancer and has a maximum of 2 years to live. This is the allegation. I don't know that this is true. It could be conjecture, but I've heard it from several different sources that in fact he has pancreatic cancer and he only has a couple of years to live, if that, you know, because a lot of people are saying that he does look really bad. He looks horrible, and they wouldn't be surprised if he's dead before the end of the year, with all due respect, with all respect that is deserved. Um, we all have to die, so I'm not making light of anyone's death, obviously. I'm just saying what they said in this paper and in others. So basically the palace is reeling, the king is reeling, and King Charles and Camilla, according to In Touch Weekly, are also just worried, petrified, whatever you want to call it, that Prince William is not ready, right? And that he is facing a public relations disaster, right? And who can disagree with that? The shenanigans at Kensington Palace right before they came out with that video of Kate on the bench, saying that she has cancer, were very bizarre. Were very bizarre. Tons of unforced errors, issuing fake photographs, totally doctored, not just a little bit tweaked, as Kate said in her apology letter, but apparently just completely fabricated and, you know, rigged together from various different photos, a total fabrication. And they issued that as, an update on her health to the public, which was a lie. Then apparently he was in talks with the Sun newspaper of all newspapers. I mean, this is not exactly, the BBC or some kind of reputable publication. It was the Sun, a tabloid owned by Rupert Murdoch. And apparently they worked closely with the Sun to issue that photo of William and Kate at the farm shop in Windsor days before she issued that I have cancer video that was shot in a garden, allegedly behind a green screen. So for a lot of people online, that video in the garden just does not line up with the video at the farm shop. They're saying that it can't be the same person. I think one guy has even Christopher Boozy, I think it was, who did a face recognition comparison where he used some very sophisticated software to show that this can't possibly be the same person. At the same time, the Sun's editor, I believe her name is Rebecca or Ms. Newton. Her last name is Newton. She has doubled down in interviews to say that the farm shop photo is authentic. And of course, Kensington Palace is saying that the photo slash video announcing cancer in the garden is also authentic. How can they both be authentic? This clearly is not true. But she's saying that they worked closely with the palace and had gotten the okay from the palace to issue this video from the farm shop to the public. So someone is lying somewhere, right? Those two images cannot and do not represent the same person. And that is, I think, a bomb that's going to blow up eventually, because many people in the media see that there is a discrepancy here. They haven't said anything because they want to respect that, Kate must have cancer. Why would someone lie about that? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think any normal person would lie about having cancer, but I know that the woman in the farm shop and the woman in that video in the garden are not the same people. And so at some point, you know, the big press, the other press other than the British press, are going to just admit it. They're going to have to admit it. And so when you're talking about facing a public relations disaster, according to In Touch Weekly, King Charles knows why he's facing a public relations disaster, because the public does not have the truth to this day as to what is going on with Kate, as to what is going on in Kensington Palace, as to what is going on with William. Not as long as those two photos are not distinguished and somebody disavows that one of those is false. They are not the same person. That woman in the farm shop photo was walking as if she was ready to run a marathon. You can't tell me that within 24 hours she went from that vibrant whippersnapper to some pale, weak, sick, cancer stricken person. And especially because of all the bulletins that Kensington Palace had issued right before that. She's hiring staff. She's working on a big project. She's visiting with friends. She's taking the children to school. She's insisting on doing her own cooking. She's this, she's that. And here she is at the farm shop. Here she is with her mother in a car taking the children to school. I mean, all of these very conflicting stories. And then finally, you have this pale looking woman telling us that she has God only knows what stage cancer, and you're expecting us to take all of these as true when clearly it doesn't line up. It's totally inconsistent messaging. This is indeed a public relations disaster, and King Charles knows why he's saying that, because behind the scenes, we don't know the half of it. The public does not know the half of it. So King Charles, is facing his own demise. He has to die at some point. And he knows that he's leaving the monarchy in the hands of people, two people who, frankly, are not even close to being ready to take on the role. So it says here in US Weekly, King Charles knows the pressure of being a monarch, and he just isn't sure William is ready to take his place. It seems premature, and there could be consequences. Of course, there could be consequences. There are going to be big consequences because they have not told the public the truth. That is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. They have not told the public the truth.